so this is a dissertation diary. It might be number 3 or number 4. I'm not sure. But I think this one's going to be pretty brief. This one is kind of because there's a development in my program and how we can do our dissertations. So up until now, my program has done the traditional dissertation format, which is the 5 chapters. 5 chapters: intro, lit review, methods, results, discussion. Recently, there has been a push to do the 3-paper dissertation. And although I have submitted a proposal to my advisor already, kind of in the traditional format, I have now been thinking about what this 3-paper dissertation might look like. And to be perfectly honest, I have not spoken to my advisor about this because the announcement came after I met with him this week, so we can talk about this on Monday, my time, because this is probably coming out after I've talked to him. But just kind of thinking about like the pros and cons of the traditional versus the 3-paper. And this is also going to help me with the conversation I have with him, because my understanding is that the dissertation, when you're done writing it, you should have 2 or 3 papers that you could kind of pull apart and submit for publication, where they're all related, using either the same data that you're looking at it differently, or maybe you're using different methodologies. Maybe you're doing a mixed method study, which I am, and kind of teasing those apart. And so I was thinking that easily 2 of the papers up front, one could be the quantitative, which is my intervention, my outcome data, and the other could be the qualitative, which is my my interviews that I'm planning to do with the parents who are receiving the intervention. And I think the appeal of the 3-paper dissertation is that you're kind of front-loading the writing up front. I think I still have to get the details, but when people do a traditional dissertation, it's this one document, those 5 chapters, and everything is all together. But then you defend your dissertation, yay, and then you graduate, you walk across the stage, and then you just have this one document of 100 plus pages, and then that's when people have to pull it apart and write it and submit it. And I was just thinking about people do talk about how sometimes they don't even submit the papers from their dissertation until like a year after they graduate, because they're just like, I finished, I did it, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. But if you do the 3-paper dissertation, they're pretty much done, right? That's my understanding. Because if you're writing the 3 papers, and that is part of your defense, so when you send your final dissertation to your committee, you're sending them the 3 papers. I don't know the specifics of the formatting of it, but I'm pretty sure it's not just the typical 5 chapters. It looks different, and it is supposed to be publishable. So the work after graduating is pretty much done. You just have to submit it. I don't know why it's taken my program so long to do it this way, and I don't know if I will actually go in that direction, but it seems appealing. I had a couple of friends who were, they were the students whose advisors were kind of inquiring about it and pushing for it, and they talked about it, and I was kind of like, oh, that sounds like a good idea, but our program doesn't do that, so I'm not going to work as if that's an option, because if it's not, I'm gonna be upset. But now that it's here, I'm like, oh, maybe that's something to consider. And I don't know how my advisor feels about it, but we'll talk about it next week and see how it goes. I already wrote down some notes in my little dissertation journal about what those papers could be, what the purpose and the pros and cons would be for me. I don't know what the pros and cons would be for him, but he's not the one writing it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I don't know. This video is mostly for me to talk about this out loud. I think a third potential paper could be a systematic review, which I was already planning on doing. That's directly related to my dissertation. So the thing is, it makes a lot of sense. It's just a matter of, I already wrote the proposal. I already wrote it in the traditional format. I don't think it would be too hard to tease it apart, because honestly, the quant and the qualitative methods are in that one chapter. It's that third paper that I would have to figure out. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think that's where I am right now. I have reasons for why I would want to do it and reasons why I don't want to bother, but it's a bigger conversation to have with my advisor, and also to know his understanding of how it will kind of play out in our program, because right now the only guidance in our policies are for the traditional format. I looked up what a multiple paper dissertation looks like in a different department, still within the College of Education. It's just in a different department, but so I could see how other people are doing it. And in case it's unclear, that's just who I am. I'm gonna find out all the information before I start asking questions, which sometimes kind of bites me in the butt, but it's fine. I may do it, I may not. But I guess we'll find out, because once I do, I'm sure I'll let you know. But that's all. The dissertation is moving along. I haven't gotten the feedback from my advisor for this first proposal draft that I sent to him, but he did say that nothing is glaring so far. Just some, structure questions and things like that. So he hasn't gotten to the methods section, and that's kind of the part where I'm like, I'm gonna need your help with this. But yep, that's where I am. And that's all I have. So I'm gonna go. Bye.